Okay, we're going to see if we get volume this time. Last time had some buzzing. I unplugged the headset, but that gave me no audio. So now we're going to try this way. So we'll wait till some people come back and confirm that we have audio. So while we're waiting for that, I will recap what I was. Oh, thank you, Ben. It's much better now. Okay. No background buzz. That's because I'm using the microphone from the webcam instead of using my headset. So maybe there's a short in the headset. It's possible. I have no idea. But anyway, in case you guys didn't catch what I was doing earlier on the first attempt, the new leader is David Skins. He's got a 2-stroke lead over Kitayama, McIntyre, and Batia, 3 shots over Novak, 5 over Hoey and Glover, and 6 over Lipsky, Bridgman, and Griffin. Justin Thomas and Scotty Scheffler are out of contention. So we are at the 13th hole for the first group out, and I did go ahead and play Scheffler and Thomas. I'll get it since they're on the instant results. I went ahead and took care of them. So that means we're at Andrew Novak, and so I'm going to have to try to figure out how to get this, how to show this dice tray in here. There is the golf course hole, number 13, and hopefully I'll do the thing right here because all the golfers are taking up spots where I usually have the tray. So hopefully we'll try this and see what happens. I have to remember, though, every time I turn my head, it's going away from where the microphone is. So I'll try to make it better. All right, so Novak is going to lead things off. He does have a blue chip, but he's going to hold on to it because the only way the course controls this is on the 5. Plus, it's double cordial, so no need to spend a chip here at all. He's going to go ahead and go for it. It's a 4, so he does get control of this par 5, and it is a 166. 166 for Novak on the par 5. And a 166 ask, is he a yeoman? Not a yeoman. Is he a hero? No, he's not a hero either. Is he a champion? No, he's not a champion either. He went through, got none of those. So now we're going to the right now chart. That's going to be his place to go, is right now. And if we look at Novak's scoring, he is par the last 3 holes. So that means he is neutral on the right now chart. So let's go to right now, and we're under neutral, and it's a green 6. Right now, neutral par 5, green 6. Is he hot? No, he's not hot. Unfortunate break on birdie putt, difficult putt for par. All right, so Novak's got a difficult putt for par, a 1-3. He really can't afford to make a bogey, so he's going to use a chip here to make this a moderate putt, 1-5. 1-5. And he would have made the difficult putt, but he didn't know that. And he's already 3 shots down. He just really couldn't afford to take a bogey there. So Novak gets a par 5. Not what he was looking for, but it's what he's got. And now we're going to the 12th hole for the second grouping. That includes Glover, Bridgman, and Hoey. And all of those guys are way over here, 5 back. Bridgman's actually 6 back. So out of the last grouping, the last hole they played, Hoey has the honors. So Hoey has the honors. It is a par 3. None of these guys have any chips, so there's no worry about who's going to do what. They're just going to play it out. That's a 5, so the course will control this. 46, so he's got golf cam course, so he got a good break there. Golf cam course on this par 3. And the green die is a 2 on a par 3. Is it a cordial hole? No, it's not. Daunting hole? No, it's a semi-challenging but not daunting. Easy putt for par. So we got an easy putt for par, which will be just avoiding double 6s, which he does, but he really could have used something better because he's 5 shots back, but at least he's not out of contention yet. And that will bring us to Bridgman, who's 6 shots back, and he needs something good to happen right away, or he's going to fall off the contention list. That's a 5, so course controls 35, and that is, again, golf cam course. Green die is a 2, so I think we have the exact same thing we just had before. It's not a cordial hole, it's not a daunting hole, so he's going to have a moderate putt for par. Actually, we didn't have that before. We had a harder putt, didn't we? This is a moderate putt for par, not a difficult putt for par. Moderate putt for par. 1 to 5 for Bridgman. If he gets a 6 here, he is out of contention. He makes his par, so he stays in it barely, hanging on by a thread. And here comes Lucas Glover. He's 5 shots back. That's a 4. Course controls again 26. We're in same situation, golf cam course, but the green die is a 6. It's a daunting hole or hacker golfer, neither one. Let's see here. Clutch putt for birdie for Glover. He could use it big time. 1 to 3, and he gets a blue chip and a birdie. If he misses it, he gets the red chip and stays where he is. 1 to 3. And he misses it, he'll get the red chip and blow a golden opportunity. And now he gets the easy putt for par. But I almost missed that. Small consolation there. So all golfers have their issues. And now we move on to the 11th hole for the next to last threesome. Lipsky, Batia, and Griffin. Let's see who has the honors based on the last. So Batia has the honors, and he's got 2 chips. So it's a semi-daunting hole. It would cost him both chips to control. Man, I think he'd rather, well, I think he's going to hold to those chips. Let's see what happens. He rolled a 1, so he got a break. He's going to control without using his chips, which is a major factor there. So 3-3-4 on a par 4 for Batia. 3-3-4. He does have the extra control, but he's got to roll a 4 for that to come into effect. So on a par 4, he's a 3-3-4. And it's asking, is he a yeoman? No, he's not. Is he a champion? No, he's not. So we are going to the mood chart. Batia is neutral on his mood. So neutral on the mood, and the green die is a 3 on a par 4. Stormy? No, he's not stormy. Otherwise, expertly played to harder green. Easy putt for birdie. How about that? Batia has an easy putt for birdie, 1 to 4. He could use a chip and make it a gimme if he would like. But I think he wants to. He's going to think he can make this on a 1 to 4, and he does. So putt for birdie for Batia, and he goes within 1 shot, and he kept both of his chips intact. So that may help him down the road. But a birdie 3 for Batia, that was huge. Only 1 shot back, and now here's Lipsky on the verge of out of contentionness. So Ben, is the sound okay now? As far as you can tell, you can hear everything pretty well, see everything fairly well. Hopefully. Except for me banging the table, other than that. All right, thank you very much. All right, here's Lipsky. All right, a 1, so Lipsky's going to control. It's a 1-2-2 on a par 4. Almost got the special result, but not quite. So 1-2-2 on a par 4. Let's see what Lipsky doesn't have very many good qualities, though, so not sure how that's going to turn out. 1-2-2, is he a duffer? No, he's not a duffer. Is he a hacker? No, he's not a hacker. So a moderate putt for birdie. 1 to 2, he will get a birdie. He needs it in the worst way, 1 to 2. But he doesn't get it. So now easy putt for par. And he makes that, but boy, he could have used that birdie big time. Hello, Tribe fan. All right, so unfortunately for Lipsky, he had a chance for the birdie and just let it slip by. And now we're going to Griffin. He's in the same situation. He needs something good to happen, because if Skins gets a birdie, all 3 of these guys will be eliminated. That's a 1, so he's going to Golfer's going to control it. 2-3-4. 2-3-4. Is it a direct green? No, it's not. Is he dynamic? No, he is not dynamic. So we're going to the right now chart for Griffin. Griffin is semi-cold because he bogeyed the last hole, par the 9th, but bogeyed the hole before that. So on the right now chart, he is semi-cold. And the dot says he's neutral. So he is neutral with a 2, par 4. Is he hot? No, he's not hot. It's a difficult putt for birdie. Difficult putt for birdie. A 1 is what is needed. Doesn't get it. Now he has a moderate putt for par, 1 to 5. He rolls a 6. He's going to bogey and be out of contention. Oh, he makes the par. So, but they are living on borrowed time because the leaders are now getting ready to tee off the back 9 on the 10th hole. And if Skins gets a birdie, they're all eliminated. So starting the 10th hole. And let's see, the honors belong to Skins. Everybody parred the 9th, but Skins parred the 8th where the other 2 bogeyed. So he has the honors, does Mr. Skins. He's also got a chip, but he's going to hold on to that and see what happens here on the course. That's a 4, so the course will control through 35. He's in the rough on the first shot. Skins is in the rough on the first shot. Golf course rough. And we are looking at a par 4. Green die is a 6. That also can be problems. So par 4, rough on the first shot. And a 6. Is he a master? He is not a master. Otherwise, live becomes uncomfortable shot. Follow-up iron to fringe of green. Double difficult putt for par. So that's a double difficult putt for par. He can use a chip to make it difficult. So he will do that. So 1 to 3, he can save his par and maintain the lead. And he does. So by excellent use of the chip, would not have made the double difficult, but he did make the difficult. Skins par, so that means these three guys have another, like a cat. They have a 9th live. They want to come back and play the next hole in contention still. And now that's going to bring up. Next man in line is Kitayama. He is 2 shots back. That's a 1. Kitayama controls 3-5-5. Hello, Philip. 3-5-5 for Kitayama on a par 4. 3-5-5. Is he a king? Kitayama is a king. So explodes off tee, middle of the fairway, and gallery will cheer. I'm not going to do the RJL cheering. That's just not my thing. I would sound ridiculous doing it. So I'm not going to do that. We're just going to go ahead and go right to the gallery cheers. And green die is a 5. And it says, is he a hacker? No. Otherwise, nice shot, hits green in regulation. Moderate putt for birdie for Kitayama. A moderate putt for birdie is a 1 to 2. He could use the chip he just got and make it a 1 to 4. He's going to do that. So 1 to 4, he makes a birdie and ties Batia for 2nd place. And he does. So another prudent use of the chip. And we now have 2 guys, 1 shot back of our leader, Skins. And now that brings up McIntyre. So the birdie for Kitayama. He rights the ship a bit. And make sure I get this in play here because I'll cover Kitayama. He's not important right now. The important guy is McIntyre. He was our 3rd round leader going into the 4th round. 3, so the course controls 46. Golf cam course, so he caught a break there. Golf cam course, and that's a 3 on a par 4. Cordial hole. No, it's not a cordial hole. Daunting hole. Nope. Otherwise, chance to atone for earlier flub. Clutch putt for par. He's semi-gold. So 1 to 4, he gets his par putt and a blue chip for the clutch putt. And he misses it. He's going to have another bogey and earn a red chip. So McIntyre is imploding here in this final round. Don't know if the gallery said something to him or what, but with that missed clutch putt for par. Or was it clutch putt for birdie? I think it was clutch putt for par, if I'm not mistaken. So now he's got an easy putt for bogey, and he makes that. So unfortunately, a bogey for McIntyre, and he drops 3 shots back, and he earns a red chip for his trouble. And now we go to the 14th hole with the first group, and the first 2 contenders, or what would have been contenders, Justin Thomas and Scheffler, are out of contention. So a semi-daunting hole right here. Basically, a 1's a birdie, a 6 is a bogey, and anything in between is a par. So Thomas gets a par. Scheffler gets a par. So they both par. Both get their par 4s. And that'll send us to Novak. That's a 2, course controls, 13, and he's in the rough in the sand on his second shot on a par 4. And the green die is a 3. Sand, second shot, 3. Is he chunky? No, he's actually semi-sandy. Gimme putt for par is what it's showing. So as long as you don't get triple 6s, which he does not. So Novak gets his par. And now we go to the 13th hole for the next grouping. And that group is led by Hoey. 5 shots back. That's a 5. The only way the course could control is a 5, and there it is right there. However, it's double cordial, so the 5-6 is going to give him golf cam course. So not a bad situation to be in there on a par 5. And that's a 3. So it says cordial hole. No, yes, it is a cordial hole because cordial and double cordial, they're all the same. Let's see, clutch putt for birdie for Hoey. Clutch putt for birdie, but he is rust. If you see right here, Mr. Hoey, unfortunately, if you look at him, he's a rust putter. So a clutch putt for birdie on a rust is a 1. And he has no chips to help him. And he misses it. He'll get a red chip. Easy putt for par, but he's going to get that red chip. Gets the easy putt for par, but blows an opportunity there. Par 5 for Hoey. That'll send up Bridgman, who's on the cusp of being eliminated. 5, again, course control. 16, though it's golf course cam again. Green 3, I think it's the same exact result here. We're going to have this is a little bit different. Hold on. 16 is golf course cam and a 3 on a par 5. Let's see. Easy or moderate putt for par. It's easy putt for par, actually. So he's going to get his par, but he's looking for birdies, not pars. So he'll get his par 4 or par 5, but that's small consolation to what he needed. Glover will spend a chip to give up control. Get that red chip out of there. Whoop, the green die didn't go through. Let's redo that again. All right, so we got a 46, and that is in the rough on the second shot. Second shot rough on a par 5 and a green 4. Second shot rough par 5 and a green 4. Is he a workman? Glover is not a workman. I don't think any of these guys are workmen, actually. Double difficult putt for birdie. Wow. Double difficult putt for birdie. He's going to have to lag on this because if he misses, it would be a difficult putt for par. He's going to lag for the par and make it an easy putt for par. He just can't afford to take that chance. And he'll make this par. He could have tried it and rolled a 1 into side or die and earned a chip and all that stuff, but can also bogey and get out of contention real fast. So it's par 5, and he is disappointed with that. So we go to the 12th hole. 12th hole now, and that's going to be Batia. And he has 2 chips. He could spend one. And I think he will. He's going to spend a chip to get control. So we get a 1-2-4 for Patilla on a par 3. 1-2-4 on a par 3 for Patilla. Is it a firm green? No, it's not. So it's golf course or golf cam green is what we're going to. Golf cam green on a par 3 and a number 2. Is it a friendly green? No, it's not a friendly green. Is it a challenging green? It is a challenging green. Clutch putt for par. So clutch putt for par for Patilla. He is semi-gold. That'll make him a 1-4 to get that clutch putt for par. And he's got it. Can't earn a blue chip because he already spent a blue chip. So, but he will get that par putt, but he won't get another chip. But he does get his par 3. And now we move on to Lipsky, who's hanging on by a thread. 3 is course 46, and that's golf cam course. And a green 5. Green 5. Cordial hole, no. A daunting hole, no. Easy putt for par. Again, easy putt for par, but he needs birdies. He gets his par, but that's not going to cut it. Here's Griffin. That's a 5. Course controls 23. It might be in the water. Water and bunkers are all right. So it's got a water here on the first shot potentially, and a green 5 on a par 3. 3.1 water off the tee. Number 5. Is he a hero? He is a hero. So that will help him out. He is a hero. After drop, determined shot finds harder green. Easy putt for bogey. Okay, so he's out of contention. That bogey is going to put him out of contention. I mean, I'll roll it anyway just for the heck of it to make sure he gets his bogey, which he does, but he is now out of contention. So he falls by the wayside. Griffin falls by the wayside. And now we're down to 9. We got 9 golfers still on the play mat. We're to the final group, and Kitayama has the honors here at number 11. And after this group plays the 11th hole, we'll be checking for potential emerging contenders. With Kitayama, 6. I think he's going to take his par and be very happy with it and get his chip. So Kitayama gets the par 4. Brings up Skins, the leader. That's, of course, controlling that 24. He's in the sand on his second shot. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see, sand on the par 4. Gotta go back one more. Sand par 4, and it was on the second shot. Second shot, sand par 4, green dies a 3. Is he chunky? Skins is not chunky. Gimme putt for par is what it's showing, so should maintain his lead, which he does. Brings up McIntyre. He could use something good right now. He's going to give up control of the hole, get rid of that red chip, and let the hole control things. We get a 1-6, and that's in the rough on the first shot. On a par 4, and that's a 5. That's asking, is he a master? And McIntyre is not a master. Definitely not a master. So it's a difficult putt for par. Difficult putt for par is a 1-3. He needs to have this to not fall 4 shots back and basically be out of it. and he misses. So he's going to get an easy putt for bogey, but McIntyre's just totally falling apart. He was our leader coming into the fourth round, and he is just totally falling apart. 3 over in the last 4 holes. So that's going to finish the 11th hole. And now we go to 15, and this is where we're going to be checking for emerging golfers. And the way we do emerging golfers, you roll 2 D6s. If the low die is a 1, if you roll a 1 on one of the dice, then somebody will be emerging. If we don't roll a 1, then we ignore it. And we don't. So there's no emerging golfers to worry about. So we go straight to 15, and we're doing an out of contention golfers. It's a double cordial. So a 1 or 2 is a birdie for Justin Thomas. And it's a 5, so he gets a par. Now, what about Scheffler? They both par it. Okay. They both get their par. 5. Now, Tabby wants to make a noise, but hopefully she'll stay where she is. Let's see, Novak is up next. He needs to make some hay on this par 5. It's a 4, so Novak controls 3-3-4 on a par 5. 3-3-4. Oops, over here. 3-3-4. Is he a yeoman? No, he's not a yeoman. Is he a hacker? No, he's not a hacker. He's not a champion. So we're going to the right now chart for Novak. And Novak is neutral on the right now chart. He's got a couple of pars in a row. So he is neutral. And the green die is a 4 on a par 5. Is he hot? No, he's not hot. Otherwise, third shot bounces on fringe of green. Double difficult putt for birdie. Wow. So he's going to have to lay up as well and make an easy putt for par. And he'll get that. So can't take the chance of that double difficult birdie. You got to be in desperate situations to do that. He's only 3 shots back. He's still at least in shouting distance. He didn't want to blow it. So we go to the 14th hole, and it looks like we're going to have Mr. Hoey. And Hoey will spend his red chip to give control of the hole. Get a 46, and that's in the rough on the first shot. Rough first shot on a par 4, and the green die is a 5. Green die is a 5. Is he a master? Hoey is not a master. Let's see here. Difficult putt for par. All right, so Hoey has a 1 to 3 to say par, or else he'll go to the fringes here. And he doesn't get it, so he's going to bogey. He will drop back. And now we got an easy putt for double bogey. I mean, for bogey, rather. He makes that to avoid falling completely off, but the bogey 5 is going to pretty much end the day for Hoey, you would think. Next up is going to be Bridgman, and he's on the fringe as well. Five, course controls 45. He's in the rough on the first shot again with a green 6. Is he a master? He is a semi-master, but the dot says no. So that hurt him right there. Double difficult putt for par. So if he doesn't make this 1 here, he's out of contention. Needs a 1. Didn't get it. Bridgman's out of contention. So they're dropping like flies. As Bridgman bogeys himself right off the mat. So here's Lucas Glover. Right now it's looking like a 3-way race to me. Maybe Novak got a chance, but basically it's between these 3 guys as far as I can tell. Glover a 1, so he's going to control. So a 2-4-6. 2-4-6 on a par 4. A 2-4-6. Is he a duffer? No, he's not a duffer. Is he a champion? No, he's not a champion. We're going to experience where he is an icon. So that will help him a little bit. Experience icon on a par 4. And the green die is a 2. Is he an icon? Yes, he is. Gimme putt for birdie. He needs that in the worst way. So gimme putt for birdie And he's got it. So Glover, huge putt there to get that birdie and get way away from that fringe. He's actually tied with McIntyre now. That's how far McIntyre's fallen back. We go to the 13th hole. And we are looking at, Batia still has the honors on that. So Batia has a chip if he wants to use it. But on his double cordial, I don't think he'd want to do that. 6. That's an automatic birdie. No chip, but it's an automatic birdie on a double cordial hole. So he will tie for the lead. Batia has tied for the lead with a birdie 4. That'll bring up Lipsky. That's a 2, and we get a 1-3-6. 1-3-6. 1-3-6 on a par 5. 1-3-6. Is he a duffer or scatter? He is neither one. Is he utility? No, he's a hero. He is a hero. It's asking if he's a hero. Yes, he is. Easy putt for birdie. Or is he semi? No, he's a full hero. Easy putt for birdie. 1 to 4, he really has to have this birdie. And he's got it. So Lipsky gets off the fringes with a birdie 4. Brings up Griffin, who is out of contention. So we'll roll for him on a double cordial. And a 4 is a par. So we'll go to the last group on hole number 12. And with the honors is Kitayama. He is 1 shot back. Does he spend the chip to try to move up? He's going to spend his chip to gain control. 1, 2, 3. I think if I remember correctly, that's golf cam green. And it is golf cam green. And the green die is a 1, so that's a good sign. On a par 3. Challenging green or hacker golfer? It is a challenging green. Okay. Miss Green, troublesome wedge, double difficult putt for par. Wow. So Kitayama could lag here and take his bogey. I think he's going to have to. Because if you try the double difficult putt for par and don't make it, you got a difficult putt for bogey 1 to 3. And you can't afford to drop 2 shots here. So he's going to lag the putt, which will give him an easy putt for bogey. As long as there's no 66, and there wasn't. So Kitayama will take a bogey. Bogey 4. That certainly hurt his cause. And here comes Skins, the tied for the lead. 2, course control. 16 is in the rough on the first shot. On the par 3. And the green die is a 5. Is he a master? Skins is not a master. Difficult putt for par. 1 to 3 to maintain the lead. And he's got it. So Skins makes a difficult putt for par, not a double difficult, but difficult in itself. Keep that lead. And here's McIntyre. He's pretty much blown it. Let's see here. 14. He does get a golf cam course. But I think he's so flustered, it probably doesn't matter. Green 4 on a par 3. Daunting hole. No, it's not a daunting hole. Clutch putt for birdie for McIntyre. He's semi-gold. He needs that 1 to 4 again. And he can't get it. I tell you what, McIntyre's just lost it. Just totally lost it. So we'll get another red chip. Easy putt for par. And McIntyre just talking to himself right now. And so we're done with the 12th hole, and we move on now to 16 for the first grouping. And We're going to roll for Justin Thomas. It is a daunting hole. So daunting means a 1. A 6 is a bogey. 1 might be a birdie. Everything else pretty much a par. Justin Thomas a 6, so he bogeys. Here's Scheffler a 1, so he could get a birdie with a decider die, and he does. So Scheffler will birdie and Thomas will bogey. Bogey 4 for Thomas, birdie 2 for Scheffler, and now we go to Novak. Sorry, I've been watching the chat much. I've been concentrating on the game. So if you see me do something, hopefully I won't make too many mistakes. I feel like I've got the game down. I wouldn't say pat, but I've got a pretty good understanding of what's going on, and hopefully I don't mess up anything major here. So Novak needs to make something happen to keep in contention. 6, he could take his par right here, and I think he will with that daunting because he wants a chip. He could use a chip for later. He's got 2 holes left. He could use a chip on one of those holes to try to make it a birdie there. So that finishes 16 for our first group. We go to 15 for the next group. And that's going to be Glover who has the lead, or the honors, I should say, because he birdied the last hole. We get a 2-3-5 on a par 5. Golfer control, 2-3-5 for Glover. 2-3-5 for Glover. Is he a legend or a shaper? He is a shaper. So he is a shaper on the 2-3-5. Perfectly Lines contour. We get an open star, which is gallery cheers. Not a closed star, but an open star. Let's see here. And we go to the green die result, which is a 5. Is he a hacker? No, he's not a hacker. Strong applause. So we're going to strong applause chart. And we're going to re-roll the white die for the strong applause. And a 3 on the strong applause. Third shot carries the fringe of green, difficult putt for birdie. So Glover has a difficult putt for birdie, but he could up it to a moderate putt with the chip, but that's not really that great of a use for the chip. That's not going to improve his odds. I think he's going to hold that chip a little longer. He's going to need a 1 for a birdie. And he's got it. Wow. How do you like that? He makes the birdie. Glover. Clutch birdie. Well, it wasn't clutch, but it was important. So Glover gets the birdie 4. Pulls within 3 shots of the lead. And now that sends us to who's up next? It is Hoey. And he's hanging on for dear life. 3 is going to, that's a 2-3-5. I think we just had a 2-3-5, if I'm not mistaken. I think we just had the 2-3-5 on a par 5. Legend or shaper. Yep, and he is a shaper. So again, same routine. Gallery cheers. He gets the open star. Green die is a 2. Says champion, go for it. Is he a champion? Yes, he is a champion. He's going to go for it. You're 6 shots down. You have to go for it. You don't have any choice. Reroll the white die on this go for it. Gets a 2. Solid shot. Green. Gets green on the ball. Difficult putt for eagle. So Hoey has a difficult putt for eagle. He's going to use a chip that he just earned to make it a moderate putt for eagle. 1 to 2, he's got an eagle. Oh, he just missed it. He's got an easy putt for birdie. So he makes his birdie and gets off the fringe line, but he really could have used that eagle. But he will take the birdie 4. And that takes us to Bridgman, who was out of contention, so we'll roll for him. And a 6 on a double cordial is not good. 6 on a double cordial, a dot, and he gets a bogey. Yep, he bogeys one of the easier holes on the course. I think he's lost interest since he went out of contention. So now we go to the 14th hole. And due up will be the group of Patia, Lipsky, and Griffin, and it will be Patia who shares the lead with Skins. We get a 1, so Patia controls the hole. 2-3-3 on a par 4. 2-3-3 for Patia. Is he a king? Patia is not a king. Let's see. On target, but lands short of green. We go to a short game. So Patia going to a short game. And the green die is a 3. Is he soft? Patia is semi-stone, so he's not soft. Easy putt for par. That's what they're going to end up with. So easy putt for par. He will maintain the lead or a tie for the lead. Patia gets the par 4. That takes us to Lipsky. Three, course controls. 11, he's in the sand on the second shot. But the green die is a 1, so that might help him. Sand second shot on a par 4. But the green die is a 1. Is he chunky? He's semi-sandy, so he's not chunky. So perfect strike from bunker. Pin. We go to the pin chart. So our pin chart, and I'll use it on this chart here, it'll be easier to follow. The pin with the little target on it is the one he rolled. We'll re-roll the white die. Get a 5, and it says breaks left and stops short, moderate for par. 1-5, and he makes his par. So Lipsky gets his par 4. Now we go to Griffin, and Griffin is out of contention, so we'll roll for him. Semi-daunting and a 1. Sire die gets him a birdie. Nope, he'll take the par 4. That'll finish him, and now we go to the 13th hole with their final group. And this is where they can make some hay right here. Skins will have the honors. We get a 4, so Skins controls on a 4-5-5 on a par 5. 4-5-5, par 5. 4-5-5. Is he a legend? Skins is not a legend. He's not a hacker. Is he a champion? He is a semi-champion, but the dot says no. So we're going to the right now chart for Skins. Skins is neutral. He has parred the last 2 holes. So going to the right now. See if I can get there. Going to the right now, he is neutral, and green die is a 4 on a par 5. Green die 4. Is he hot? No. Double difficult putt for birdie. Wow. Double difficult putt for birdie. Man. He is going to I don't think you can take a chance here. I really don't. So he's going to lay up and accept his bogey. He will have an easy putt for bogey. And he will fall out of the lead, giving Patia the lead by himself. So that hurt Mr. Skins. He gets a bogey 6. Not what he was looking for, obviously, on a par 5. That's double cordial, but that's the way it goes. All right, so next up is actually McIntyre. And he will give up the chip. We get a 56, so golf cam course. Golf cam course, par 5. And a green 6. Daunting hole or scatter golfer. It is neither one. Let's see here. Nicely played approach and chance to cash in here. Clutch putt for birdie. All right. He's missed the last 2 clutch putts he's gotten. He spent a red chip, so even if he makes it, he can't get a blue chip, but he would still like to get the birdie to move up. 1-4. And he does make the birdie this time, finally. Almost a mock applause from his caddy. He gets the birdie, does not earn the blue chip because he spent the red chip, so you can't do that, but you can get birdie. Birdie 4 for McIntyre. And now that takes us to Kitayama. 1-3-4 for Kitayama as he controls. this par 5, and it's a 1-3-4. 1-3-4. It goes up here. Duffer. No, he's not a duffer. Is he a champion? He's a semi-champion, but the dot says no. So, where'd it go? Is he utility? No, he's not utility. So it's a moderate putt for birdie. 1-2, and Kitayama will move up to within one shot of the lead. He does not, so it's an easy putt for par. And he blows an opportunity there, but does make the par at least. But that's the kind of hole you got to make some ground on. Now we go to 17 for the first grouping, and Justin Thomas. Roll for him. He gets a 1 on a semi-double cordial, or double cordial. And 1's a birdie for Justin Thomas. For Scheffler, he also birdies, so they both birdie. Both of them get a birdie 3. And now Novak. He does have that blue chip, but he wants to hold it to improve his chances elsewhere because he's going to control with the 3, so there's no reason to spend that. 1-2-6 is his number on a par 4. 1-2-6. Direct green. It's semi-direct, but the cider die says no. Let's see. Is he stone? No, he's not stone. He's actually sandy or semi-sandy. So we're going to mood. Novak is neutral on his mood. So we're going to the mood chart for Novak. And the green die is a 1, and he's neutral, par 4. Is he stormy? No, he's not stormy. Give me putt for birdie. How about that? So Novak, a chance to move up. Give me putt for birdie. And how do you like that? He misses a gimme putt. Do you earn a red chip for that, I wonder? I had a printout where you, let's see, you seem like you should. Let's see here. No, there's nothing on here about oh, it does. You miss a gimme putt, you do earn it. I thought you earned a red chip. Certainly did. So not only does he not make his birdie, he's got to lose his chip at the same time. So gimme putt for par. And that was disheartening for Novak. That was his chance. But he's just fresh out of holes now. So he's only got 1 hole left. But man, miss a gimme like that. All right, we go to the 16th hole, and we're looking at Glover. He has the honors, and he has a chip, but it's a daunting hole, so he needs 2 chips, so he can't control it. Course controls 1-2 is in the sand on the first shot. Hello, Canadian. He's on the sand on the first shot of a par 3. And so far, Tabby is being very quiet, which is wonderful. All right, but that's a green 6. That could be a problem. So sand on the first shot and a 6. Is he sandy? He is not sandy. Let's see, double difficult putt for par. Wow. Double difficult putt for par for Glover. He does have a chip, so he's going to make it difficult, 1-3 to make par. And he made it, so wise use of the chip there, I guess. Gets the par 3, and that brings up Hoey. Two course control, 66. He found the golf cam course. Golf cam course on the par 3 with the green 6. Daunting hole or hacker golfer. It is a daunting hole. Double difficult putt for par. Wow. This is problematic. Double difficult putt for par. He's got to go for it. He can't afford to lay up, get a bogey. And he might get a double bogey, but at this point, does it really matter? Needs a 1. And he got it. Double difficult putt. He's going to earn a chip for that. I do believe you earn a blue chip for making a double difficult putt. Yep, you sure do. So he gets a blue chip and saves his par. Hoey with the big putt there. Now we go to Bridgman, who is out of contention. Gets a 3 on a daunting, which is a par. So now we go to 15. And that par 5, you can try to make up some ground. And the first guy out is Batia, our leader. And he will control 225 on a par 5 for Batia. 225, a green 5. Oh, no, you don't worry about green 5. You were up 225. 225, is he a legend? Batia is not a legend. Is he a hero? Batia is a hero. So Batia is a hero, which means he gallery cheers. So he's going to get another chip. Gallery cheers. So we'll go to gallery cheers and a green 5, and it says, ask Hacker, no. Moderate putt for birdie. So moderate putt for birdie. He's going to spin one of those chips and make it an easy putt for birdie. 1 to 4. And he's got it. So that's going to push everybody back one more shot. He will now have a 2-shot lead on Skins. And he is pretty much in control now as Mr. Batia with that birdie. Now we move on to Lipsky. And Lipsky now 6 back. Pretty much just playing out the string here. It's a 3-3-6. 3-3-6 on a par 5. 3-3-6. Is he hot? Lipsky, I don't think is hot. He's actually semi-hot, and the dot gives it to him because he birdied the 13th hole and parred the 14th. So he's semi-hot. The dot gives it to him. So he is hot. Technically, he is hot. 3-3-6. Is he hot? Where'd it go here? 3-3-6 on a par 5. Yeah, here it is. Was he hot? Yes. Perfect swing, good distance, nice. Gallery cheers. Open Star Gallery cheers. So we go to the Open Star Gallery cheers with a green 3. Is he a hero or champion? He is a hero, so he's going to go for it. He has no choice. He's got to go for it. He's down 6 shots. So I'm going to re-roll the white die. And he gets a 2. Difficult putt for Eagle. Difficult putt for Eagle. And he's going to spin the chip he just got and make it a moderate putt for Eagle. 1 or a 2, and he gets an Eagle. And he's got it. An Eagle putt. He gets to within 4 shots now. An Eagle for Lipsky. An Eagle 3 for Lipsky. Eagle 3. And now we go to Griffin, who's out of contention. And he gets a 2, which is going to be a birdie. Birdie 4. All right, we go to our final group at the 14th. And up first is McIntyre. McIntyre is coming off a birdie 4 on the previous hole. That's a 1, so McIntyre will control 2-3-4. 2-3-4 on a par 4. 2-3-4. Is it a direct green? No, it's not a direct green. Is he dynamic? McIntyre is not dynamic. So we'll go to right now chart. And McIntyre is semi-hot because of the birdie on the last hole. Decided makes him hot. So we got a hot golfer. After having so many problems, he's now a hot golfer. So we go to right now, and the green die is a 3 on a par 4. Is he cold? No, he's not. So right club choice, well-executed shot, easy putt for birdie. So 1 to 4. 1 to 4, and he gets another birdie back to back. And he can't do it. Amazing. Give me putt for par. And that's just the way it's gone for McIntyre. Can't take advantage. He gets the par 4. Now we go to Kitayama. And course will control that. 55. It's golf can course. Green die's a 3. And par 4. Par 4, green die is a 3, cordial hole. No, it's not a cordial hole. It's a daunting hole. It is not a daunting hole. Clutch putt for par for Kitayama. So if he makes this, he could earn that blue chip, which might help him later. 1 to 3. And he's got it. So he gets the blue chip, saves his par. Might be able to use that on the next hole. Now we go to skins. All we need now is a golfer named Justin Shirts, so we can have shirts and skins, but I don't know anybody named Shirts. 4, that's the course. 34, that's golf cam course again. Green die 4. Cordial hole, no. Daunting hole, no. Moderate putt for par. Moderate putt for par. Actually, easy putt for par because we don't have the little symbol. Easy putt for par. Skins barely makes that. And that will finish out the 14th hole. Now we go to the 18th hole for the first group as they will finish their round. Justin Thomas gets a 3, which is par. Scheffler gets a 2, it's his par. So they will par out. And now we need Novak, his final play. 1, Novak controls, 136. 136 on a par 4. 136, and it's asking is he duffer or scatter. He is not. Is he a hero? He is not. So we'll go to our mood chart. Novak is neutral on the mood. And we get a green 3 on a par 4. Is he stormy? No, he's not stormy. Easy putt for birdie for Novak. 1 to 4. He'll finish out with a birdie and get to within 3 shots of the lead. And he can't even do that. So we get a gimme for par. And he will make that to finish out 4 shots, or not finish out 4 shots back, but stay 4 shots back. Because Batia and others could make charges or whatever. So we're going to get the final scores for the first group. Final scores here. Novak, let's see, even. He parred every hole. Novak par on every hole for a 35. Gives him a 67 for the round. And let's see here. So his total from the first, he was 198. So 198 and 267, that's a 265 for Novak. 260 was the winning score real world. 265 for Novak. Scheffler. Let's see, even, 1 under, 2 under. So he shot a 33, gives him a 69 for Scheffler, and a 198. That gives him a 267. Then Thomas, even, 1 over, even. So 35 gives him a 70, and he shot a 269. So those are the 3 golfers there from the first group and their scoring. Now we move on to the next group, on 17, and that is going to be starting out with Glover. He has the honors. That's a 1, so Glover will control, and it's a 114 on a par 4. 114 on the par 4. $114. Is he gilded? Glover is not gilded. Is he cold? Glover, no, he's actually semi-hot, so he's not cold. So it's a moderate putt for birdie. Moderate putt for birdie, and that is a 1 or a 2 for Glover. And he misses it, of course. So we have an easy putt for par. He's got that. So Glover stays where he is. Missed opportunity there. That'll bring up Hoey. And Hoey is way down here. We get a 4, so Hoey would control 134 on a par 4. 134. Is a direct green. It is not a direct green. Let's see here. Is he a hacker? No, he's not a hacker. So we go to experience chart, and he is neutral on experience. So we go to the experience for Hoey, and he's neutral. It's a green 4. Is he an icon? No, he's not an icon. He's neutral. So solid shot, but unexpected effect puts golfer at fringe of green. Double difficult putt for birdie. Well, he's going to have to use his chip to make it a difficult putt for birdie. That's a 1. And he can't do it. So it's moderate putt for par, 1 to 5. And he's got that. So he gets the par 5, but he could have used I guess the par 4 rather, but he could have used something a lot better than that. Bridgman is out of contention, so we'll roll for him. He gets a 6 on a double cordial. So if he gets a dot, it's a bogey. No, he just pars it. Now we go to 16. And 16 will find Lipsky coming off that eagle. He will have the honors. Lipsky coming off the eagle. That's a 1, so Lipsky controls 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 on a par 3 for Lipsky. 2, 3, 4. Dynamic. He is not dynamic. Let's see here. So good experience, which he is an icon, so that will help him. He is an icon. Green dies a 4 on a par 3. Is he an icon? Yes. Played this hole before. Easy putt for birdie. So 1 to 4, and Lipsky will pull up to within 3 shots. And he does. So Lipsky, an eagle, and now a birdie. He's made up 3 shots in 2 holes. I would say he is hot. And now we go to Patia, our course leader, or his tournament leader. And let's see what he wants to do. Does he want to, well, it's daunting, so he can't spend the chip. So that's a 1, but he's going to get control anyway. 2, 3, 3. He's been having some luck that way. Getting the right rolls on the white die to control the hole. So it's a 2, 3, 3 for Patia. And it asks, is he a hero? Yes, he is. Patia is a hero. Right on the money, rolls within 2 feet of pin, easy putt for birdie. So 1 to 4, and Patia will make a birdie, and Hoey will be knocked out of the tournament, will be out of contention, I should say. And he makes his birdie, so Hoey is out of contention. These golfers drop 5 back, Kitayama 4 back, Skins 3 back, so I think it's Patia's tournament to pretty much win. Birdie 2 for Patia. So Patia, the birdie 2, and that leaves McIntyre is the next golfer, I think. No, Griffin is the next golfer. My bad. Griffin, he's he's the one just lost contention not too long ago. So roll for him, and daunting in the 3 is a par. So we go to the final grouping at the 15th, and the honors belong to McIntyre. But 5 shots back, it's pretty much, you know, even Savvy's getting restless. Now let's see, a 2. So McIntyre will control 1, 2, 4 on a par 5. For McIntyre, a 1, 2, 4. Is he a duffer? No. Is he a hacker? No. So is he soft? No, he's not soft either. So it's a moderate putt for birdie. 1 to 2 for McIntyre to make a birdie. And he makes it. So how about that? McIntyre with the birdie putt. He's had kind of a schizophrenic round. He's birdied 2 of the last 3 holes, though. So now that'll send up Kitayama. And Kitayama holding on to a blue chip. And let's see, 226 for Kitayama on the par 5. 226. Is he a yeoman? No, he's not a yeoman. Is he a shaper? No, he's not a shaper. Let's see here. Is he a champion? He's a semi-champion. The dot says he is, so he is a champion. Easy putt for birdie. 1-4. Tabby's just scratching. Wants my attention bad. 1-4. And he makes it. So Kitayama with the birdie, and he comes up to tie Skins for second place with that birdie for Kitayama. And now Skins up. He needs to make a move big time on this double cordial hole. That's a 2, so he controls 116 for Skins. 116, is he a duffer? No. Is it a firm green? No. So moderate putt for birdie for Skins. Needs a 1 or a 2. And he's got it. So Skins gets the birdie and gets back to within 2 shots of the lead. So all those guys needed a birdie. When you get an easy hole like that, you need to take advantage of it. And now we have a momentary cat break. I think the marshals might be trying to scatter her off the course here. Tabby. Come on. There you go. You had your little fun. Now we can move on. Okay. So got that out of the way, Tabby. All right, so everybody on the last group birdied that hole. Now we're back to 18. And at 18, it'll be the second group out, and the first guy up will be Glover. We get a 3, so course control, 16. It's in the water on the first shot on a par 4, so that's never a good thing. Water on the first shot. And the green die's a 6. That's even worse. Water on the first shot on a par 4, and it's a green 6. Is he a champion? No, he's not a champion. Moderate putt for bogey. Moderate putt for bogey is a 1-5, and this would put him 6 back, assuming he makes the 1-5. And he barely does, but he bogeys on the final hole. That now will send up Hoey, and Hoey's out of contention, so we'll roll for him on a daunting and a 5, and that's a par. And then Bridgman is also out of contention, and he gets his par. All right, so now we'll get the scores on the second group out. For Glover, 1 over, even, 1 under, even. So 35, so he shot an even par 70. And going back to his 196, so he shot a 266. And then Bridgman, 1 over, 2 over, 3 over. Looks like 3 over to me, so that's a 38. So he shot a 72. And Bridgman was 198, so there you go. That's going to be a 270. Hoey, 1 over, even. Looks like even 35. Shot a 69. Hoey, 198 and a 69. You're 267. So Hoey will tie Scheffler at 267. All right, now we're going to the last 2 groups on the 17th. We look at the guy with the honors, and that's Lipsky, coming off a eagle and a birdie. Whoop, didn't roll the white die. Let's re-roll everything. Forgot to roll the white die. So 3, so he controls 1, 2, 3. That's golf cam green, I should say, for Lipsky. Golf cam green. Hello, Mr. D. Scott. Golf cam green for Mr. Lipsky. But barring a major catastrophe, I would say Batia probably has this one in hand. Green die is a 2 on the par 4. Is it a friendly green? No, it is not a friendly green. Is it a challenging green? It is a challenging green. Clutch putt for par. So Lipsky needs a 1 to 3 to get a par and get a blue chip. He does not. He's going to bogey and get a red chip for his troubles, which he will have to spend on the last hole. So now, easy putt for bogey. And he makes that. So Lipsky with the bogey. Bogey 5 for Lipsky. And now that'll bring up Batia, our course leader, our tournament leader. Batia controls 1, 2, 6 for Batia on a par 4. 1, 2, 6 for Batia. Direct green. It's semi-direct. The dot says it is. So since it's direct green, moderate putt for eagle. Are you kidding me? On a par 4? Wow. I guess direct green means that you can reach it. Yeah, it's only 332 yards, so that's why. So it's a moderate putt for eagle, 1 to 2, but he's got a chip, and he knows how to use them. And that's going to make it an easy putt for eagle. 1 to 4, he puts the tournament away and puts his stamp on everybody. And he does. So Glover's gone. Novak's gone. Lipsky's gone. McIntyre goes 6 shots back. Kitayama 5 shots back. Skins 4 shots back. Talk about putting your stamp on this tournament. An eagle 2 for Batia. And that has just pretty much taken other golfers where they're just saying forget it. So we'll just play it out. Double cordial where he's out of contention. So double cordial could be a bogey with a dot. So they're just playing for score now. It's a par. A par for Griffin, who was out of the contention here. All right, now we go to the last group, playing 16. And it is in the honor position as McIntyre. 6 shots back. 4, it's course control 46. He's in the rough on the first shot of the par 3. And the green die is a 4. Green die of 4. Is he a workman? No. Moderate putt for par for McIntyre. 1 to 5. And he's got that, so he gets his par, but that's not really going to help him a whole lot. Not going to help anybody at this point in the tournament. This tournament's over. Let's see here. Kitayama is up next. That's a 3, so course controls. He's in the sand on the first shot of this par 3. Green die is a 2. Sandy. Is he sandy? Kitayama is not sandy. Moderate putt for par. 1 to 5. He's got that for par. And that brings up Skins. Course controls that, and it's 45 in the sand on the first shot, and the green die is a 6. Is he sandy? No, he's not. Double difficult putt for par. Wow. Double difficult putt for par. He is going to lag and make it a moderate putt for bogey. Or I guess it would be an easy putt for bogey, right? Wouldn't be a gimme, it'd be an easy. So he makes that, but he's now fallen back into a second place tie with Kitayama. And when this stream started, Skins was leading this, I think, by 2 shots. So he is definitely falling apart. Now we go to the 18th for the next to last group. which includes Mr. Eagle himself, Mr. Patia. And he has the honors. Does Patia. 5. So course controls an 11. He's in the rough on the second shot on a par 4. Let's see, par 4 second shot, rough, and green die's a 1. He's not a workman, so we're going to our pin with the bullseye on it. So we're going to this chart. That's a 4. Breaks right and rolls past pin, moderate putt for par. So Patia 1 to 5 to make his par, which he does, and that's all he needs right now. Patia with the par 4. Now we go to Griffin, who is out of contention. And a 5 on a semi-daunting is still a par. So he gets the par 4. And lastly, Griffin, who's also out of contention, he gets the par 4. So we'll get our scores here for the second to last group. Lipsky, even, 1 under, 3 under, 4 under, 3 under. So Lipsky 32. So he shoots a 69. And he was 196. So 196, that's a 265. Patia, 1 under, 2 under, 3 under, 4 under, 5 under, 7. He shot 7. He shot a 28 on the backside for a total of 62. And Patia with a 196 and a 62 is a 258. So he beat the score of 260, which was the real score for the winner, Dietrich. So he shot a 258. He's gonna win this thing right now. He's winning by 5 shots. So obviously 263 must be the score for these guys down here. Let's look at Griffin. He finishes 1 over, 2 over, 1 over. So 36 for 72. And then Griffin, 196 and a 72 is 268. All right, so now we're at the last hole, or I'm sorry, the 17th hole. So the last group is going to play the last 2 holes. And McIntyre is going to start us out. 1, and that is a 145. So the tournament's over. We're just filling out the, filling out the thing here. 145 on a par 4. They can get extra points by getting second place. That's worth 70 points. So something still to play for sure for these last couple of guys. Points are in the offering here. 145 on a par 4. Is he Duffer or Gilded? No. So we got short game for McIntyre. Got our short game chart. Green 4. Is he Stone? No, he's actually sandy. So we had an easy putt for par. So he makes that. McIntyre making the par 4. And that'll take us to Kitayama. He has a chip, but the only way the course controls it with the 5, so he's going to take his chances. And he will control 3-4-4 on a par 4. 3-4-4. Is he utility? Kitayama is not utility. So we go to experience, and he's not an icon. He's a semi-icon, but the dot says he's not. So he is neutral on the icon. And let's see here. It's green 4 on a par 4. Is he an icon? No. So we got double difficult putt for birdie. He's going to obviously use the chip here and make it a difficult putt for birdie. Needs a 1, doesn't get it, but now at least it's an easy putt for par, or moderate putt for par, which is a 1 to 5. So he does get his par. Par 4 for Kitayama. Now skins. 4, and he controls. It's 1, 2, 2 for Skins. On a par 4, and it's a 1, 2, 2. Is that right? 1, 2, 2. On a par 4 for Skins. Is he a duffer? No. Is he a hacker? No. So moderate putt for birdie. So a 1 to 2 gets him a birdie and will get him second place by himself. And he gets it. So Skins pulls into second place all by himself, which could be worth 70 points. The winner gets 100. Second place gets 70. So that could be important. So now we go to the 18th hole. Same 3 guys right here playing, but Skins has the honors. And that's a 1. So Skins will control 3, 3, 4 on a par 4. 3, 3, 4. Is he a yeoman? No. Is he a champion? He's semi-champion, but the dot says no. So we're going to his mood, and that's neutral. Going to a neutral mood. Neutral mood. Par 4 and a green 4. Is he sunny? No, he's not. So it's double difficult putt for birdie. Wow. Now what do you do? I don't think you can possibly do that. You're going to have to lay up and make it a moderate putt for par. 1 to 5. And he's got it. So he keeps his par. He just couldn't go for it. He has a 1-shot lead. He just really could not afford to blow that. So Skins with the par 4. And that sends up McIntyre. Five. So the course controls 35. That's golf cam course for McIntyre on a par 4. And green die's a 4. Cordial hole. No, it's not a cordial hole. Daunting hole. Yes, it is a daunting hole. Clutch putt for par for McIntyre. 1 to 4 because he's semi-gold. And he makes it, but the blue chip, you can earn in blue chip, but it's not going to do anything for him. It's the last hole, so he gets his par 4. And now Kitayama, the last one to finish up. And then we'll get all the scoring put in play. 5, course is going to control 34. Golf cam course again. Green 1, cordial hole or laser golfer. He is a laser golfer. So clutch putt for birdie for Kitayama. 1 to 3 for the birdie, and that would tie him with Skins. So this is a pretty good from 50 points to 70 points. 20-point putt right here. And he misses it. He would get a red chip, but there's really nothing you can do with that. So it's going to be an easy putt for par. And he makes that. So par 4. And so our winner is going to be Patia. No question about it. Patia is the winner. Sizable winner. He wins by 4 shots. We'll get our scoring for the last group to finish everybody out. And Tabby's still making noise. See, McIntyre 1 over, 2 over, 1 over, even. So he finishes even 35. So he shot a 71, which means that gives him a 264 for McIntyre. Skins, even, 1 over, even, 1 over, even. So he shot a 35. So that gives him a 67. And Skins, 67 and a 195 is a 262. So 258 to 260. That's only 4-shot difference. Yeah, that's what it is, 4-shot difference. Okay. I was confused there. It should have been. So theoretically, Kitayama should end up with a score of 263 if I added it up right, because he's 5 shots back. So let's see, 1 under, even, 1 under. So that's a 34, which gives him a 68. 68 and a 195 is a 263. So there we go. So we're going to fill in here. The winner is Patia. convincing victory. He shoots a 258. Second place is Skins. 4 shots back, he shoots a 262. 263 for Kitayama. Fourth place is McIntyre with 264. 6 shots back. And now let's see what we got going here. We have two guys at 265. We have Lipsky and Novak. They're going to be tied for 5th. Lipsky and Novak shoot 265. And they are tied for 5th, 7 shots back. All right, 266. 266, I think, is alone here is Glover. He's alone in 7th place. Glover. 266, and that's 8 shots back. 267, Scheffler and Hoey tie there at 267. They are tied for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're tied for 8th. So Scheffler and Hoey, both at 267, 9 shots back. All right, then we have 268 belongs to Griffin. Griffin is alone in 10th place at 268, 10 shots back. In 11th place is Justin Thomas, shooting a 269, 11 shots back. And 12th place with a 270 is Bridgman. And he is going to end up 12 shots back. All right, so there you have it. There you have it right there. There are your final scores. Batia wins the Waste Management Open by 4 shots over David Skins, 5 shots over Kurt Kitayama, and 6 shots over Robert McIntyre. Tying for 5th, Lipsky and Novak. 7th alone is Glover. Tied for 8th, Scheffler and Hoey. Griffin 10th, Thomas 11th, and Bridgman 12th. So there you have it. The Waste Management Open is in the books. Tabby is getting even more restless. It's probably good that I'm finishing up. Next week, we will be at the Genesis Open at Riviera Country Club. And Tabby's just making all kinds of noise. I'm going to go let her out. I think she wants to leave. Come on, Tabby. Come on. All right. All right. Okay. Like Robert said, dogs have owners, cats have staff. So I'm part of Tabby's staff. So anyway, we'll be at the Genesis Open at Riviera Country Club next week. Same kind of format. We'll do the first and second round on Thursday, the third round on Friday, and then the final round Saturday night, just like we did here. Final round with the back 9. So that's going to do it from here. Sorry, I haven't been keeping up with what you guys have been talking about in the chat. I was concentrating on this so much, hoping I don't make an error. So I didn't see anybody put a comment on it that I flubbed something up big time. So at least hopefully it was remotely correct and entertaining. But he is the man, Batia. Batia is the man. Ashke Batia. I think that's how it's pronounced. Ashke Batia. He's a 3B semi-gold putter, but he was just getting a lot of good rolls where he would control the hole when other guys wouldn't. He'd get a lot of ones. He rolled a lot of white dot ones and was controlling the hole and just catching a lot of breaks, basically. And sometimes you need luck to win as well. So he's the man, Ashke Batia. He gets the 100 points. Don't know if that'll help him in, whether that'll put him in the standings. I know that Rory McIlroy leads the standings at the moment after 3 events. So let me pull up the Excel spreadsheet real quick and take a look. Right now, the points leader, assuming this thing comes up on my screen. Right now, the points leader with a total of 153 points is Roy. I'm sorry. Is it McIlroy or McNeely? I'm sorry. Maverick McNeely leads the points. Yeah, it's 153. So he leads because he's played in 3 of the 4 tournaments. McIlroy's only played in 2 tournaments. Batia, with the 100 points he gains here, Batia will only be 123 because he hadn't done so well the last couple tournaments. So he's at 123. So, but he'll move up in the standings, but he certainly won't take the points lead. But he'll certainly help the cause. And I'll put him in as the winner. And we go on to the Genesis Open. Let me get over to that tournament and my spreadsheet for that with the schedule, so I can see who won that in real world. Real world, that was won by Ludwig Oberg. So he won that tournament real world. So I'm putting in here Akshay Bhatia, the winner of the Waste Management Open. So Ludwig Oberg was the winner at the Genesis Invitational Riviera. So we're going to see if Oberg has a chance to repeat that history here. But that's going to do it from the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. Akshay Bhatia is your winner by 4 shots. That eagle that he carded on the 17th hole was the dagger and secured the victory for him. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you all have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, whatever else you have planned, cookouts or whatever. And if anybody stream, of course, tomorrow I'll have up the Sunday Basic Sunday Strat-O-Matic game that I've already pre-recorded. Not sure if I'm going to do anything else over the weekend, but that'll be out there for tomorrow. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.